Now to other top stories. Firefighters in Southern California are beginning to gain control tonight over a series of wildfires. The largest are burning near Los Angeles in the Los Padres National Forest. Sparked by lightning, the fires have already scorched 69,000 acres. In North Carolina, sunshine brought a sense of relief and receding floodwaters to the eastern lowlands, except for areas near the Tar and Neuse rivers. They are still rising. And that could be a demoralizing fact for almost 1,000 people who are in shelters for another night this evening. They know that what waits for them at their flooded homes will not be pretty. Still, people in Greenville, North Carolina are holding their heads high this week thanks to the heroics of the Eastern Carolina University football team, which had to move the biggest game of the season to higher ground and in the process lifted its game to a higher plane. Bruce Burkhardt teamed up with CNN Sports Illustrated to explain what happened.
It would have been an uphill battle, even under the best of circumstances. But now, the Pirates of East Carolina University, already battered by the raging waters of Hurricane Floyd, were on the verge of getting smacked by another hurricane.
Reggie Wayne for a Miami touchdown.
The Miami Hurricanes, the 9th-ranked team in the country and a perennial football power. Underdogs already, East Carolina, a university of 18,000, couldn't even play the game in its home stadium as originally scheduled. Because of the devastation back home in Greenville, the game had to be moved 80 miles to the west, to the home field of their arch rival, North Carolina State in Raleigh.
Miami up 16-0 now.
If things were going badly over in Raleigh, it was nothing compared to the problems back home here in Greenville. But still, many of the 47,000 who would have filled this stadium last Saturday night weren't at home mopping up raw sewage or filling out FEMA forms. They were in Raleigh.
We could just hear the crowd cheering, and it was just hitting everybody in the locker room. They were like, "Do you hear that? Do you hear that? That's for y'all. They're cheering for y'all."
It was something spiritual. I mean, it was amazing. It was like a power was over the stadium. It was the loudest stadium I've ever heard.
If anybody could have used a little diversion, it was the people of eastern North Carolina. 15 inches of rain in 12 hours. 48 people killed statewide. Thousands left without a place to live, including some 2,500 students at the university. You have to have that mask on?
Yeah, it is.
Why? Is it that bad?
It's very mildewy.
Mildewy?
Yeah, mildewy and just totally nasty.
And over at Denny's, Marjorie Wilson wears a helicopter pen, a reminder of the one that rescued her from her house, which has since been condemned.
No, we had to watch it. We had to watch it. It was 6 o'clock. We were like, okay, got to watch the game.
Your house is underwater?
Yeah, and we went to my mom-in-law's, and we still watched the game.
Okay.
But not all felt the same as Marjorie. Given all the tragedy and all the work that needed to be done, there was talk that this was no time to be playing a football game. In fact, it was the talk of the town on Henry Hitton's call-in radio show, who heard that sentiment from even the most diehard of fans.
I remember the emotion in his voice. He was so kind of shaken by what was going on around him that he's like, look, no one loves East Carolina football more than me, but it's just not right to play this game right now. I mean, he meant that from the bottom of his heart.
And concentrating on a football game was not easy for the players either. Stranded in a hotel in Columbia, South Carolina, where they had played the Saturday before, the floods prevented them from returning home. They were left to watch and worry.
One day during that week, we got the USA Today, and on the front of the USA Today is Wyndham Circle, where Travis Mazik and Arnie Powell and Kevin Ward stay, and, you know, all the apartments were underwater, and it's just like a crushing blow.
I'm real anxious to get over there and see if I can just save anything of value, sentimental value.
It was only just this week that defensive back Travis Mazik finally got home to check out the damage.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's my picture.
That's your mom?
Yeah, that's my mom and me, so.
But for Travis, the other players, and all those who watched or listened on that Saturday night, overcoming adversity wasn't a cliche. It was the only thing left to believe in.
I mean, we were down 20 to zip, and they were screaming like we were up 20 to zip. They just
had some energy about them that was different.
Down 20 points to one of the best teams in the country, the odds of a comeback are about the same as the Tar River drying up overnight. And then it happened. The East Carolina Pirates rallied to score the last 24 points of the game.
What an incredible comeback by the East Carolina Pirates.
I've had people come up to me and just tears in their eyes and just break down crying, saying thank you, because it gave them a relief to get away from what's going on here.
We cried, you know, for our loss. We cried, and then with the game we cheered up. And we're doing better. We're hoping every day.
I got a letter today. I lost it all, but what you did Saturday was restored my hope and faith.
I just think they picked up the whole region and put all of us on their backs and showed us, you know, that you can overcome adversity.
For our team to come back and compete the way that they did this last Saturday night, somebody needs to get in here and make a movie out of this.
Maybe somebody will, but before that happens, East Carolina has to play out the rest of its schedule. First, Army. That game is this weekend up at West Point.